Have you ever wanted to order online Nepenthes on a website, but you're not sure which one to pick? Because if you pick the wrong one that won't accept your temperature, it won't picture. So basically you will have like a green regular house plant. So today I will go on the Carnivero website and we will check what kind of species that would work for a windowsill. This video will be special. I will act like I live in the US, I have $150 to spend, all the plants are available on his website, and we will see what I would pick for my windowsill. Keep in mind that my windowsill, we have cold winter here in Canada. So obviously, if you live in Florida, the species that you will pick will be slightly different. But you will see, you will understand the way I search for the hybrid I want. Okay, today we'll talk about Carnivero website. It's the first time I go there because obviously Carnivero do not deliver to Canada. So there is absolutely no need for me to check that. That's pure torture. You see beautiful plant that you want to buy, you have the money, but you cannot. So anyway, but that's going to be a fun thing to do together. Okay, so now let's go to see the beauty. Okay, we said $150 maximum. I will try to not take too much time, I was about to say, but there is good stuff here, clearly, if you have the money. Okay, why it's so expensive first? It's because that's a rare piece of plants that would be great to do hybrid out of it. Or you have a huge collection, you have 500 plants, and that's the exact plant you want. So that's why this is like the old car piece of collection. I don't know how you say that, but if you have a collection of nice high-end plants, that's probably what you want. The Candy Dream is well known, etc. So there is a price. There is a certain kind of people that would buy that. But for us, that's totally out of this $150. So let's see. Okay, we'll directly go to page 3. Still too expensive. Page 4. Okay. So, for a windowsill, what I would recommend, if it's cold at night for you, Edwardiana maxima could be very interesting. But for me, it would still be kind of risky. So I would go for Berbechier Edwardiana. Again, keep in mind, the first hybrid is the one that influenced the most. That's the female, where the second hybrid is the male. So there is basically the influence will build, from my understanding, this way. You have the female, that is the 2/3 of the hybrid, and 1/3 is the male. Meaning this Edwardiana maxima will be way more Highland and demanding cold nights than the Berbechier Edwardiana, because Berbechier won't be that demanding on the Highland part. So, and look at that. Like, I mean, look at this peristome. That's insane. Look at the gradient, the teeth. Like, that's a perfect picture for me. Perfect. Keep in mind that the price that you will see here is not always true. In a sense, sometimes it will offer this extra small plant, medium, large, specimen. So you can go on one of the page, you scroll, and you will get different price depending on the size. Later, I will tell you why I would sometimes buy bigger plants. So Raja Berbechier, that's great. If you check the need of this hybrid and you can provide it, that's going to give you a huge picture. That's totally insane, and it's beautiful. Like, clearly, if you can make these plants happy, buy this one. For that price, that's expensive. Yes, it's a small plant. So small will probably be 1 to 2 inch. That's not too small. When it's really tiny, it takes forever to grow because, again, not a lot of leaves, not a lot of photosynthesis. It don't eat anything. You can spray, you will spray orchid fertilizer on it, but I mean, it will grow slowly. Once it reach the small size, then you can start spraying fertilizer on the leaves once a week, filling the pitcher with this same orchid fertilizer or maxi. And you can also put in plus a small beta pellet on the pitcher, and that will overfeed the plants, obviously, but it will start to grow way faster. So you do that on every second pitcher you have. You keep always the freshest pitcher because you want like the pleasure of the eyes. Like you don't have Nepenthes to not have pitcher, but as soon as the old pitcher is kind of less nice or aging, dying maybe, overfeed, it will just boost the plant, and that's why small. Extra small is really when it's expensive, but I would directly buy small plants. So I would probably take the VCI BBGA. VCI is easy on my windowsill. BBGA kind of also. So yeah, this hybrid could be quite interesting. What else? Okay. For example, Clipiata and Clossii, or Clossii, I don't know. They are very unique as a shape. They are rare, kind of new, so they are expensive. But I would not buy them. It's not because they are rare that I really want them. There is no point. I'm looking for good, nice, chunky peristome, flare, stripes, you name it. Colossi is funny in a way of Aristolocoides. So, but I don't know. It's not attracting to me. The Clipiata as a species, not interesting neither. As an hybrid, way better. It's grow on a windowsill, and if you get the right hybrid with that, that could be very interesting. But on this 3-1, Truncata peltata, that's the one I would take. If between these three I was choosing, that's the one. You have the Truncata that will make it bigger. You have a beautiful flared peristome. Like you cannot really go wrong. And this $150 is for a large plant. So it's already a very nice plant to get. Okay, so next, I will try to move not fast, but doing my best. There is so many page. That's totally insane. That's a beautiful website that you have. So Glandutrus madi, I'm not sure because the two species are so different. If I was taking an example, I would say it will be an hybrid between a white and a black, meaning a gray. Could be very dull, boring hybrid because it would be not as good as each parent, potentially. But maybe that's going to be great. Maybe that's going to be a totally surprising hybrid. But these two unique plants, shape, and the way they are, I don't know, in the middle, if it would be that good. So, VCI. I would say a lot of good stuff about VCI. VCI is possible on a simple windowsill. It sounds like it's. I have a friend that grow it in a terrarium at room temperature all the time, and the swing between day and night on temperature, I mean, is not huge. Meaning, maybe that's why it's more challenging. But on my windowsill, the fact that I go from again 14 Celsius, 75, 77 Fahrenheit, and potentially 24 Celsius, so 75 Fahrenheit. that's something totally that Vici love. And that's why Vici, you cannot go wrong with that. Rub Cantley, yes, obviously I would take a rub. I just got one last week. Rub Cantley, great. It sounds like a Trankata mixed with the Vici. Some people said it could maybe be, but it sounds like no, it's a unique species. It's just in between. It will give a nice flared peristome, big picture, like a lot of good stuff about it. And if you make hybrids, this one, that's gonna be good. You have a lot of great hybrids made with the rub. The Amada, Amada Volcantlii, you have Vici Volcantlii, if it keeps the stripe, I mean, because the peristome usually will get quite dark. So take care of what you hybrid is, but that's definitely a species that I would buy just because it's beautiful as it is, and potentially it will make great seeds. So the Truncata. Oh, by the way, every time I will have a CRA, it means it's a hybrid made by Carnivero. I cannot get easily these hybrids in Canada because again, Carnivero it don't deliver ship to Canada. So it will have a special feeling for me. That's kind of more attracting because that's rare here. But yeah, look at this Trancata. You see the one on the left is already good, but the one on the right is this peristome stripe. It's like wow, that's gonna be a good Trancata. So again, Trancata will make it big. Hybrid of a Trancata will just be stronger, bigger. Vici, again, this one is beautiful. What else I would take? Rocco, Exotica, Bocciana, yes. Just because that's a cutting. Okay, that's a cutting. So that means the plant, yes, it's $100, but the plant is old. So it will shoot only uppers, but the chance you get a basil, a flower, are kind of better. So it's kind of a shortcut. Your plants will just take less time to really grow big. And if you check on the color of the peristome, that's beautiful. Nice one. So okay, last time I talked about Vici, I have this one. That's a great species for Windowsill. If you can have it, go for it because, yeah, that's something you will be proud of, and people will spot it on your windowsill, definitely. So, Spectabilis Edwardiana. Yes, I would buy it. Definitely, it's in sale, so it's good. The peristome will be great. You will have the teeth, the stripe. Yeah, definitely, I would buy it without a lot of hesitation. The Rub Nebu. Rub Cantlii Nebularum. At some point, people said they were the same species, just a variance, but could be a different species. I'm not saying it's not, but they are just the same. They look really similar, except if you check, oh, there is this one that have a hairy, like, who cares? Visually speaking, picture, same. So hybrid between the two, except maybe the chance it's more robust grower than a regular plain Rocketly. Yeah, I know for this price, I would pass personally. There is so many beautiful plants on this website. I would not waste, sorry for that, waste my money on a plant like that. I would prefer having a rub plus another plant that I can make hybrid out of them. That would be fancy. Raja Aloia Vici, yes, That's definitely something interesting. The Raja will just make it fat, staying on the ground, like heavy. Lowii will bring some nice stripe and texture. Vichii, stripe and flare. Again, you cannot go wrong with this one. It's very probably a beautiful one. Okay, page 6. I'm doing my best to not spend too much time, but you have so many beautiful species here. Peltata. Yes, I would buy it. Peltata hybrid are great. Peltata would accept the windowsill. It give like huge picture. Look at that. It's a small plant, yes, but when it will be adult, look at the size of this picture. Imagine somebody enter your house. They check the plants on the windowsill, and there is this huge, beautiful striped picture in the middle. They will be blown away. They will just stop and pause. And all the nice orchid that will have, they won't see them, because these orchids, you can find them in a lot of different houses. But this unique alien plants will make them stop. They will ask you, what is this? And then maybe you just convince somebody to try Nepenthes on their windowsill. Molly Vichii. So you cannot go wrong with this one. It will prefer colder night, obviously, but it's really promising. The stripe will be huge. The hairy tendrils and pictures means the plants will accept lower humidity, meaning 50%. So that's something quite promising, actually. Truncata ovata, yes, that's definitely a good one. This plant is specimen size, so that's already a decent size for this price. So yeah, $125. Yes, I would probably buy it. But again, it's gonna be one plant. Where if you play long term, I would prefer buying cheaper plants, but more, just to have an idea and testing a different species to see which one prefer your windowsill, so you can really have a big, nice windowsill versus just one pot, one plant. So again, that's just my way of thinking. Okay. This one is special. This is the Ventricosa by Lowii, also known as Brixiana. That's an hybrid you can sometimes find in random greenhouse. That's not rare at all. So for this price, I'm not sure I would buy it here. I would prefer buying it tiny on a random greenhouse for maybe 25, $30, maybe even cheaper than that, and let it grow nicely. It grow decently fast, so that's good. But I'm not saying it's not a good plant. I'm saying Carnivero, he has so many nice hybrid, fancy hybrid that you will have hard time to find elsewhere. Spend your money on fancy stuff. The really classic one, if you want, you can. But for example, if you have warmer night, not like me, if your nights are 68, 65 Fahrenheit, meaning 20 to 80 degree Celsius, maybe you can try this one. Ventricosa by Lowii by Norciana Vichii. Norciana is the lowlander here. Norciana like it's warm at night. But the Ventricosa would make it accept wilder range of temperature. Lowii is a highland. It will accept colder temperature. So you see here, it's kind of in between. It should be an intermediate that would accept any kind of windowsill if it's not too cold at night. But look at the peristome on this one. It's totally incredible. Like you can have difference between the species because again, that's seed grown, so they will be kind of all different. But look at that. chunky, it's beautiful, like really not a lot of stuff to not like about this one. Maxima truncata. Yes, Maxima is known to be really to grow across the board, like really from lowland to borderline highland. Truncata is more on the lowland, but this should accept any kind of windowsill, and that's gonna give you a good, nice Maxima peristome. That's gonna be good colored body, etc. So that's very probably something I would take. Lowii Vicii Bocena by Vicii. Oh yeah. Look at the parents on this one. You can't go wrong. I don't know what it will look like when it will be adult, but for now, wow. Both parents are incredible. So potentially, yes, I would buy it totally. Then what we have here, Vicii Lowii, yes. Okay, I missed page 7, so that's a patch. On here, Naga Truncata could be interesting. That will be very, very dark, but that could grow on the windowsill. Then we have the Rubcantlia molly. I already have it, and that's a great plant for sure. Beautiful stripe, etc. Then we have pure molly. That's awesome. That's a great, great plant. Okay, so it was the page 7. Let's go to page 8. Vicii by Burbegier by Edwardiana. Yes, it's very much promising. Like it's, you can tell it will be stripe, teeth, color of the body color. I mean, the light peristome. Yeah, that's gonna be great. I would buy it totally. Vicii Platykaila redonculus. So redonculus, it's not a species. Remember last week we talked about the name tag the Grex predatory plant was using? It's the same. It's just a name to not describe a clone, but more a complex hybrid, because this, what was the name? Redonculus is in fact Rocco, which is already an hybrid of two species, by Botsiana, by Rocco, again two, Zacriana spectabilis by Trusmadiensis, which is also an hybrid. So that's a really complex hybrid, and having one word versus just a long two-line of description, that's smarter, actually. So this one, yeah. Chunky peristome, looks good, looks funny. So what else? Burbegier? Yes, that's definitely something quite interesting, especially if you plan to do hybrids like flowers, seeds later. Yeah, this one would do great. Check your condition again, what temperature you have at night. And at the end of the video, I would put a link where you can check the needs of each hybrids or species, so you make sure it would work on your windowsill. What else? Ventricosa by Clypiata. Yes, but later we'll see a Clypiata hybrid that would be way better. Okay, let's move on. Okay. Rubcantlii. I told you, if you buy Rubcantlii and it's able to flower, you will make crazy good hybrids out of it. This is one. Rubcantlii by Amada. So some people call it Rubamata, but that's really a nice plant. Look at the peristome, the size of the pitcher compared to the leaves. That's insane. That's great plants. You should buy it for sure. I plan to make mine, but okay, Song of Melancholy. It's the same. Complex hybrid, but very well known. That's a beautiful plant. So this Song of Melancholy by Loei, Veitchii, Bottiana White, yes, obviously I would buy it in a blink. I would maybe not take the extra small because again, that's really tiny. It will take forever to grow. But as soon as you reach the small or the medium, that's going to be growing way faster. So I would buy it directly small or medium, and you will have some crazy, beautiful color on the peristome. Look at that. And it will vary a lot. It's seed grown, so some will have more stripe, some more gradient, but it's still a great plant. The next one, Song of Melancholy, but this time only by Veitchii. Same. Look at this peristome. Seriously? Yes, I would buy it, obviously. I would do the same. From small is good. Medium, if you have the money, I mean, but, and for, I mean, the difference is $10 difference between the small and the medium. Yeah. But keep in mind, if you want more species for this $150, maybe that's something you want to trade. A smaller one, but you can have the budget for a second species. The more the merrier, right? What else? Good stuff, a lot of good stuff. Again, Rob Cantley by Tenui. You see the Rob everywhere. It's a good hybrid maker. Spatulata Loei could be interesting. Spatulata is kind of the forgotten sister of Veitchii and Rocantlii. It brings a flair on the peristome, but I don't know why people love them less than Veitchii. It's still a very nice plant, and it would do a nice hybrid for sure. So, page 10. I will try to keep this video not too long, but there is so many pages, so many beautiful plants here. You will be blown away. Loei, Veitchii, Bottiana, so that's what they call the LVB. On some name tag, you see LVB, that's the one. So LVB, red flushed by Veitchii orange. Yes. For $50? Yes. Go for it. Stop watching this video, go buy it. That's perfect. That's going to be a very nice one. Spatulata, Loei, and the complex hybrid. Yes, I would take it. What else? You have so many good plants here. Oh, Veitchii, Loei, Burbaceae, Edwardsiana. I just got this one last week. That sounds like a beautiful hybrid. You will have some decent stripe. Hopefully, it's seed grown, so it will change, but the color of the peristome will be light with dark stripes. So that's plus the flare, plus the teeth from Eddie. That's going to be a good one. Yeah, I would buy it directly. Truncata patient. I would buy it immediately just because that's one of the best Highland Truncata. It will accept random Windowsill temperature, but if it gets too fresh, it won't be disturbed by that. It will just keep going. So potentially growing from spring to winter all the time. So again, some Truncata will like it warmer. This one is a Highlander. That's gonna be a good plant to have at home. Good hybrid maker. You can't go wrong on this one. Cibu amata, if you can. if you check the needs. Mine is kind of a weird this winter, so I don't know. I will have to investigate why it's not that happy. Oh, remember I said the Clipiata was not a crush as a species. Look at this hybrid of Clipiata. Same, for sure I would buy it. Look at that. That's absolutely perfect. You have the color of the body, you have the stripe, the peristome, like wow, you have the inside the picture is beautiful and the easygoing as the Clipieta. Yeah, go buy it. Yeah, again, Rob Contley. You have Vici Loei by Rob Contley. Yes, I would buy it. Oh, that's a good one. Izumae by Inermis. I would not, and I will explain you why. Inermis, for me, it has this unique shape, like no peristome, really a cone, a green, no lead. It's perfect as a species. I read that with something opposite. Like let's say the Inermis is white. You hybrid that with a black, you will end up with a gray. It's going to be boring. It potentially could be great if you are very lucky with the genes, but potentially it will never be as toothy and flared as the Izumae, and it will never have this tiny, funny lead and no peristome on the Inermis. So that's gonna be meh. I don't like Inermis hybrids. I put them on the same category as the Baikal. That's a species with two teeth. They are great as a species. Hybrid them and the teeth will just be smaller. So it's like, it was almost good. Same for Albo marginata. That's the one with the white color here. That's great as it is. But hybrid of it won't have this kind of a fancy white color or not really showy. So it's like, so yeah, I would not buy that. But that's only me, right? Let me know if you love them and why. But for me, sounds almost good. Song of Melancholy, Truncata. Yes. Yes, Song of Melancholy is already good. Truncata will just make it bigger. Yeah, go for it. Ah, I know somebody that would love an Ampularia Amada. What else? Song of Melancholy, Truncata Vicii? Yes, obviously. Even from here, without checking the picture, it sounds beautiful. Nice body, stripe. Yeah, go for it. Albo marginata. See? This unique color, I would say. That's what we love all. But I read of it, not sure. We have the Vicii by LVB. Yes, I would very probably buy it in a blink. Amata Vicii. I would love to see a Amata Vicii adult beside a Amata Robcontlii adult. I don't really see the difference. I know Rob Amata is already good. I saw a picture of it. The Vicii, if it keeps the stripe, yes. If it don't, if it turn black, meh. So what else? Okay. Rocco, Bocena, Vicii by Ventricosa sibilensis plus Trosmaniensis. So that's a complex one. It's great. The peristome is the picture is fat, chunky peristome, nice color, etc. So check the needs of all this and do an average temperature night. It would love, but yeah, definitely a good one. So what else do we have? Burkey, rub Cantley. Again, you see the rub in a lot of places. Rub will just make it almost better peristome. I mean, Burkey for me it's growing fantastic at home. So yeah, that's something I would not buy it because I already have at home an adult Burkey and a small Rocantley. So potentially I could make this very hybrid myself. But if you don't have these species, that's going to be a good one. It won't betray you. It will just go and shoot good picture after the other. So that's a good one. Um, mm, 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 mm. Again, Spatulata amata. We saw the Rocantley amata, Vicii amata, and Spatulata amata. They are almost the same. So maybe compare them, open different tab on the website and compare the shape of the peristome, but they will be pretty much the same if you don't know what species it is. So something to keep in mind. Sometimes they looks the same. Ventricosa amara. If you buy only one species today, that's the one you want to get. This is an easygoing Nepenthes for a windowsill. That's easy. It grows properly. It shoots a lot of basal shoots. So you will be able to duplicate, as you saw in this video. I will put the link at the end of the video. When I duplicate these same plants, cutting the main stem and just end up having two plants almost the same size. Easy. This is a milk cow. You will have a beautiful picture. You will be able to propagate easily, to trade or to sell, to get more money, to get more plants. You always want more plants, right? So yeah, I would recommend that for sure. The Maxima ventricosa, yes, sounds good. Sounds easygoing. What else? Oh, we already are at $35. Robcantlii spectabilis. Yes, that's going to be potentially a nice stripe. Very nice. So $35, it's not huge. This one, I just got it last week. Vicii Mira. So you can see the Vicii, the flare, the Mira will be the red, like resting, like a small Mira is kind of a little bit of the Raja. But BBGA will bring light colored peristome and stripe, and AD will just bring some teeth. That's going to be a good one. I already bought it, so I cannot say I would not buy it. I love the fact that they give the size, an idea of the size of the picture using bottle of wine. It's very well done. So Danciflora, Robcantlii, again, Robcantlii, good one. Go for it. And it's big picture for sure. We have the Splendida Triangata Maxima. If your nights are warmer, Song of Melancholy, again, beautiful. Platykaila White, beautiful. Vicii Lowiai Platykaila, beautiful. I already have it. That's nice. Oh, again, the glass of wine this time. Maxima Campanulata, so Campanulata like it's warm. And Amaculanica, geez. What is this? I'm intrigued. Another weird name? Torelliae spectabilis campanulata. So we have twice campanulata on this. It will like it hot at night. So just something to consider. But if you have a decently warm night, that sounds good. So what else? Spectabilis vicii? Yes. Easygoing plants, beautiful. Gaia is kind of the classic. You will have it in different kind of greenhouse, random greenhouse. So it's a must-have, but maybe not here. You have better stuff. Look at that. Ampularia spectabilis tagliensis. Okay, that will need warm night, obviously. More longer, but that's already way better than the Gaia. Okay, let's keep moving. Trying to not spend too much time, but so many pages, so many potential great species. It's a shame I cannot have them. Bottiana spectabilis norsiana. Again, that's going to be something lowlander. Norsiana, lowlander. Okay, this one is good. Rocco Bottiana Vicii. $30 for this one? Go buy it. Stop wasting your time. That's a very promising plant. It will be flared, colored, probably easygoing. Yeah. If I could drive to the greenhouse, I would buy it like today. BBGA, Robcantlii. Again, if you bought the Robcantlii and the BBGA, that's something you will be able to make potentially later. But if you don't, that's fantastic. It will probably color, the peristome will color aging, but when it open, like this is beautiful. These stripes, this is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, and potentially it will get really red. Look at that. This red color, that's fantastic. Okay, wow, that's fantastic. That's a very, very nice plant. What else? The Campatulata, again, I like it warm, but potentially beautiful. BBGA Platykyla, obviously, yes, for a windowsill. I'm trying to don't talk about things I already touched previously. Loia Vicii Bottiana, so LVB by Vicii. Yes, obviously. Sounds beautiful and easygoing. Look at this peristome. For this price? Okay, it's a small one, but I mean, you have a large one. Yeah, sure, go for it. And the good thing is, when you buy it small, you don't really see how it will looks like because of the variability of the hybrids. If you buy it already like 1 inch tall, the picture, I mean, you have a pretty good idea of what it will look like when adult. Bigger than that, like large plants, you have a picture that is like 2-3 inch. It's almost adult now. So you will be able to spot, oh, is mine gradients orange to red? Is that stripes or not? Is that chunky or not? So again, something to consider. Okay. I have a bad experience with Sibunensis by Amada or vice versa. It's not liking this winter for now. I believe that's a light problem, too much or not enough, but I need to fix that. That's why I'm kind of a shy for Sibunensis. But if you can, get this one. Sibunensis by Ventricosa, by Sibunensis, so twice Sibunensis, plus transparencies, that's huge. Like, look at how chunky is the peristome. That's beautiful. Like, wow. The color, this kind of a bright orange red, that's fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, I would buy it directly. And again, $30. Worst case scenario, you sell it. If it's not picturing at home, you sell it back to somebody else for $20 and you will have lost like what, 10? I would take a chance for sure. This kind of the same. This one is this kind of the sister of the previous one. The Cebu, twice Cebu plus Transmediensis and Ventricosa in between. This one is twice Ventricosa plus Cebu and Transmediensis. So that's the opposite. It will be probably more easygoing than the previous one. I would personally buy the two of them because they looks fantastic. And again, the price is not even hard really to get. So Ventricosa pectina, it's interesting. But I'm not sure I would go there. Emae is growing properly on my windowsill, so yes, I would recommend that. Even if mine is tiny. Talagensis spectabilis, easy. Spectabilis bongzo, like it warmer, but again, depending of where you live, that's something to consider. We have Again, the rub. Look at that. Rub Cantlii by Sibonensis by ventricosa. That's gonna give you a big, nice, chunky peristome for sure. Look at that. I like this chunky peristome. I would buy it. Yeah. What else? You have a lot of good stuff here. It's really hard to not spend too much time. Okay, this one I had to talk about it. Burkey, pure species Burkey. Mine is doing fantastic. I believe it like the fact that temperature drop at night. If you live in a place where you know what is snow, you have cold winter and cold night potentially. Yes, go for it. I mean, for this price, it's going to be the same. You try, it don't work, you sell it, up, you lose $10, but you don't care. But if it thrives at home, that's a good hybrid maker. That's the same as the ventricosa, slightly different, but that's fantastic. It grows fast, beautiful picture all the time, good hybrid. You should see this one hybridized with the Rob Cantley. Wow, that's cool. That's a cool one for sure. Mix it with a Trancata, and you have a fantastic plant. So, Rob Vicii, interesting. Maxima, yes, I would buy it. Lately, it's weird. There is a lot of Maxima hybrid, but pure species. That beautiful pure species, not easy. So, in Canada, I mean. So, I would take this one just to have it as a parent. After that, okay, we will stop in 2 page because that's already a lot. Spectabilis could work. I would go Song of Melancholy, Botsiana. Potentially beautiful color on the peristome. That's going to be fantastic. What else? Platykyla Rocantlii. It don't show for now, but potentially that's going to be a big flared peristome. That's going to be cool. If you want to know how to check the needs of each Nepenthes, depending of your condition, first you should record your temperature day and night during summer, during winter, so you have a better understanding of the needs. And to check the needs, there is a video here for you. And if you want to see more video like that, this kind of a website review, please let me know in the comments and I will be more than happy to do it for you. And that's it. So please like and subscribe, and until next time, happy growing.